Hello, Internet. It is I, your favorite drag queen turned GM, Shelly Von Miller. You can't hear that because I have things muted. There are no alerts. Ha 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 ha. Bam. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Through the Looking Glass, an Exandrian adventure. I am Shelly Von Miller, your DM. And currently I'm very, very tired because things have happened today. So, with that being said, let's go say hi to our players and figure out what the hell has been happening. Because, why the hell not, right? Hello, players.
Hello, DM.
Hello.
How are we feeling today? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling great? Are we feeling most excellent?
Eh.
Oh well.
Good, good.
Well, this is episode 36 of this wonderful campaign. We're slowly going towards the end. And who wants to give us a little rundown of what happened last week? Or last time, not last week, last session. I know it's gonna be one person, but I always figure I'd ask.
I always wait to see.
The surprise.
Yeah. Alright. Let me flip back air.
I remember what happened.
I mean,
I don't remember everything that happened in last session in detail, okay?
okay.
I have the general idea.
General ideas are good.
So, can I do it then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, pretty much last session we went to the ball. I forgot, what's the name of it?
It was the
Zahn's cup.
Zahn's Cup ball.
I did both of you mute.
How
So
did
we
both of
went to
we?
the ball.
How did we both
Oh,
know? Because I'm the one in charge, so I'd hope I know.
oh, you both. Uh, we went to the ball. We started off having a few drinks here and there. Someone almost got drunk. Thought she would own up to it, but whatever. And then things got eerie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Anybody want to?
so
Oh, go ahead, Saren.
no, I remember. Pretty much a panic started to happen as smoke filled the top of the. What is the ceiling? Yeah. Okay, now I might need help.
Alright. So as smoke fills the ceiling, it slowly snuffs out all of the candles in the room. Everybody starts screaming.
They ran
Yeah.
for the exit. Panically.
Daylily sends Estet and Creek to the door to help get people out safely. Relier, Sissander, and Daylily go over to the council to ask what's happening. As they're talking to the council, a skull appears within the smoke, and a voice says, "You will fail to save your friends and family. Only he holds the key. We will be
Can I
waiting."
hear, And by he, they meant Relier. Okay,
Yeah.
me.
Yep. And it sounded like Thoren's voice that spoke through, so we know that it's related to Vecna. Messaged excuse me. Let me see. The next, we told the council we'd see if we could find any connections for the Thurin or the cult of Vecna in the city. Daylily messaged Gale. He got kicked out of Thurin's house. Smoke is dead.
And you were supposed to go meet him.
Yeah. Gale is somehow.
Alive. Don't know
No.
how.
No. Gale is somehow, instead of being in Marquette,
Oh,
he's in Wildmount and is at Port Zune.
I don't know what I was gonna say. For
Um,
Damali.
that is where Daylily is from, and that is where Gale has to
Ah,
get to. So because Daylily is a part of the Cobalt Soul now, she told Gale to go to Port Damali to that Cobalt Soul so she could transport him back to Iman. And she is using Estet's connections to find Theren or whoever was, following Vecna within the city.
and caused
Um,
a panic at the ball.
yeah.
Well, that's pretty much the same thing.
hmm And then we found out there's a sketchy jeweler in the city. Keeps getting interesting jewels and seems shady. Um, and then Daylily did the first sigil for Creek's planar shift. And that was it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, with that being said, uh, it's been a week since the ball. It is currently the first of Duskar, and the first bits of cold are starting to set in as this is the last
That's how you spell it, right?
DUSCAR.
Oh, I was
Um,
close.
as the first bits of cold set in, there's a cold snap and breeze that comes up off the ocean into the city, and it's not snowing yet, but it's definitely colder, a little bit more rainy. It's like that cold rain that kind of chills you too much to the bone. And about, I'd say, very early morning,
Mm-hmm.
Daylily, you are awoken with a voice in your head. And
Okay.
it is a familiar voice that says, "Made it to Port Damali. I can't get inside the Cobalt Soul. Please advise."
Stay there. I'll be there in a few moments.
Now, where you're at in the world, it is very early morning. Where Port Damali is at, where Gel is at, is probably mid-afternoon.
hmm
So you know that because you have quite the keen mind on you. You know that the Cobalt Soul Library in Iman is probably not open to the public yet. Um, you have been teaming up, you've been kind of included into the Cobalt Soul. You have started your kind of indoctrination. You haven't earned the right as some of the elder scribes and individuals of the Cobalt Soul just yet. So you can't just,
Bro.
use the portals willy-nilly. You have to, get permission. But yeah, you have a few hours. You can wait. You can get everyone up and tell everyone. It's up to you. What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm definitely waking everybody up to tell them.
Okay. How does everyone act being awoken very early in the morning? Say it's like, if you're looking at like our clock, it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock a.m. Over in Port Damali, it's like noon. So you're about like 6 or so, probably a little bit more behind. Who does not take it lightly? That's what I want to know. Who's not happy that they're woken up this early?
Well, I should get up early sometimes, so he wouldn't mind it.
Okay.
Creek. I don't. Now, Creek is not an early riser, right?
No.
I don't believe so, no.
Unless she has to. She does not wake up early.
Creek. I think Creek wouldn't mind. Not issue.
Yep.
When you say early, like 6?
Yes, 5:30, 6 a.m. Creek is grouchy,
So,
but understands that it must be important. It
so pretty much
must.
at the pretty much at the crack of dawn.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wouldn't mind.
it's when you awake, it is there's you all went to bed last night, and it wasn't raining. It was a little cloudy and everything. The chill had set in. But as you awake, there is hard cold rain hitting your windows of the keep that you have in Iman, and it's not the fireplaces have not been lit for y'all yet, so your rooms are quite chilly. So you're all kind of like fumbling around cold. You're not wet, but like you're cold and you're cranky and just trying to get this information. So I'll say let's say you all meet after Daylily bangs on a few doors in the dining room. A few candles are lit as the servants are starting their morning for y'all. And you gather around the table. Do you think Estet would join you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Estet's there. Creek comes stumbling in. Relier is. I don't know what it is. Relier like awake and like just stoic, or what's the vibe?
Kind of awake.
Kind of awake, just like half awake, just like okay.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Half awake, probably stretching and stuff.
Yeah, there's coffee being set in front of you. Not food yet, but definitely hot drinks. And the fireplace in the dining room is lit. Now it's to y'all. How does this conversation happen?
Is there a fireplace in the dining room?
Yep, fireplace is lit.
Okay, fireplace is lit. I was gonna say I prestidigitation that on. So, Gail is in Port Damali. It'll be a few hours before we are able to get him here. But we need to come up with a plan. It could be a ploy for Theren to distract us, seeing as how she just so willingly let him go. But Smoke is dead.
Read this out.
Did you explain that? Whenever you first got the the first.
I think she did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do we lose ourselves or do we inform the council? Tolerate.
I'll have to get permission from the Cobalt Soul to transport Gale without reason. So it's likely we'll need to tell the council to get some sort of form signed showing that it is council business to use the teleporter.
If it is a trap, you have to be ready for it.
It may not be, with the display they did for you at the ball. They likely think that that will be enough to scare us into giving you to them.
I'm assuming while the two of us are talking, Creakus has passed out of the table.
Nah, Creek is like this.
So when do we have to go meet Gel?
The Cobalt Soul will be open in a few hours, so it's best for you guys to get ready and prep whatever you need to prep.
At least I won't have to leave here on an empty stomach.
This is Creek.
That's very much Creek. Or like head down on the thing, just like.
Except without the breakfast.
So we'll say for brevity's sake, a couple of hours pass. You have breakfast. You do your
We're
daily.
very much awake.
Yeah, you do your daily, whatever to get ready, and around mid morning you are at the Cobalt Soul. Alora is waiting for you. Um,
Don't tell me she wants to roleplay breakfast.
no. You have good breakfast. Let's just say that. You have very good breakfast. Um, Alora's waiting outside with like two armed guards. It seems through the week you've been in and out of the keep. You've noticed that there is a lot more of a armed presence with the guards of the city. So this is not unheard of that Alora would keep more guards on her. Despite her being a very high level wizard, she's not stupid to just walk through a street by herself. So she's waiting outside the door for all of you, And whenever you arrive, by the way, one of her armed guards is her wife. So, um, small
Same.
wife.
Same girl. Same.
um, so she's waiting out there. She has a letter in her hand, in like her clasped hands, and she like perks up whenever she sees the four of you approach, because I'm assuming Estet has been with you.
Hmm.
Um, and
Now that Sylsephire's gone, Estet takes a more active role in being with everybody.
yeah, um, nods to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Well, here's the letter that you requested. Very. I'm. I'm. I'm sorry. What is the purpose of going to Port Damali?
When Creek and Sylsephire originally came through, they came with Gale. I don't remember what his species is called.
He's a herringon.
Herringon. Uh,
It's
who's a herringon, and we have met up with them just to exchange notes, uh, lead them back to getting back home as well. Gale met Smoke. I don't know what his species is called either. I don't remember.
A tabaxi.
I always want to say Khajiit because I'm so used to Skyrim. Um,
Oh, because
who
the game.
was yeah, was a Tabaxi. And he also, uh, some years before the three of them, excuse me, also came through the portal, or not the portal, but came through the Feywild into this realm. Uh, we, against my approval, left them with Thuren when we were in her city last,
I see.
and Smoke is dead. And somehow, instead of being in uh, Marquette, um, Gale is in Port Tamale on Wildmount. So I thought it best, because he won't tell me over message what happened. I thought it best that I get him and bring him here to figure out what's going on and see what he knows about Thurin's plans.
I think the Rin letter goes to set a trap for us, or more specifically me.
It would be smart. Let's at least get him here. We have ways of making people talk, or at least see inside their minds. Again, here is your letter, and please let me know if there is anything that we should be aware of once you get back.
I will let you know.
Good. Well, I have to get back. Um, Good luck, and good day.
Thanks.
And yeah, you now have a letter that will get you through the portal at least, or through the teleportation to and
Yeah.
from.
There's a
Yeah.
Cobalt Soul in Emon, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes. It's a major
What do you think
city.
Daylily does all day when she's not
Alright.
adventuring or helping Creek or doing other shit? She's working, dude. She has a little book job now.
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a scribe. She's like
Yeah.
a part-time scribe.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will take the letter and go inside and say good morning to whatever worker is at the desk.
It is like a human, kind of like medium skin tone, kind of big eyes, and close cut hair, and is looks at you all. Oh, good morning, good morning. How may I help you? Oh, um, uh, Daylily, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. We have a letter from the council,
Oh,
stating that we need to use the teleporter to and from Port Emon.
you mean
Or,
Port
I'm
Tamale?
sorry, Port Tamale.
Oh, I see. Let me go give this to obviously the my boss and our boss, and I will be right back. It shouldn't take that long. I mean, they know you, so there you go. All right, I'll be right back. And yeah, within like a few minutes, the head of like the scribes, most of who like have control of the desk as well, comes out and says, "Oh, Daylily, all right. I see you have important business. So that means you will unfortunately not be here today."
Not for now. Potentially later this evening,
Okay.
maybe even overnight if you need help with anything.
No, no, no.
Um,
You are going to be here tomorrow, so it doesn't matter. Um, yes. Here we go. I'll take you to to the teleportation room. Um, and, and they guide you through the halls to the teleportation room, to the Port Damali door. It unlocks it, and says, "Here you go. Once you are back, before you come back, please make sure you send a sending. That way we can unlock the door on our side." Yeah.
of course.
Okay. Perfect. All right, everyone in. Oh dear. And kind of gives like a stat, like a he's I feel like a stat has come to pick you up a few times, and like every time he like kind of bristles because he's just like, oh shit, she is a tall lady. um so yeah, yeah, they let you through. You hear a lock, like a clink of the door locking, and yeah, now I mean, you've used the teleportation sigils before. It's active, so you don't have to do anything.
Cool.
You just gotta jump in, homies.
All right. Well, we all get in the portal.
Perfect. Yeah, as you come to the other side, um it seems that the door is open for you because the scribe keeper messaged ahead as they were kind of going through your letter, and the Port Damali, it doesn't look like anybody like on the same level, but probably like somebody a couple rungs down that has access to the keys is there at the top of the stairs, like, "Oh, hello. So you're here to do what exactly? Are you here to work?"
No. It's work for the Taldori Council.
Oh, okay. Um,
We're just here to collect someone, and then we'll be out of your hair.
okay, perfect. So you all just in whenever you come back, we'll unlock the door, and I'm sure you're told what to do. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone out. Everyone out. Go, go, go. And like, kind of just like is at the door, like motioning, like, hurry, get the fuck out. Um, do you? What do you do once you're outside the Cobalt Soul?
Once we're outside the Cobalt Soul, I'm gonna message Gale.
Okay.
Outside of Cobalt Soul in Port Damali, where are you?
there is a little bit of a pause, like a little bit of I wouldn't say pause, but like a break between whenever you send the message and when you get it. It's not too long. It's like maybe 5 minutes. And Gail is at a bar because they wouldn't let me through. It is called the Titan's Ring.
And this is Daylily's old stomping ground. This is where Daylily grew up, so she would know exactly where that is.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's how long has it been since you've been to Port Damali?
Probably how long is the in game, how long has it been since
It
start
has
to
been
now?
almost a year. I would say, yeah, I would say like you're like at like almost 12 months.
I would say it's probably been a year and a half because
Okay.
Daylily was adventuring before she met everyone, so it would have been like 6 months before then because she had left Port
Give
Damali.
me, hold on, her turn. Give me, just for my sake, give me a I'd say a survival
History?
roll.
Survival?
Yeah. You can have advantage because the stat is with you. Nope. Nope.
No.
A
Daylily's like,
stat
this is different than I
probably
remember.
goes the Titan's Ring. The Titan's Ring. Is that the fighting club? Is it hell?
Can this stat roll it?
Yeah.
She has a plus 12.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, even with that yeah, with the 8. She says, "Yeah, I think that's the fighting bar."
Oh boy.
Why would a rabbit folk be in a fighting bar? Whatever. All right, it's
No
it's
telling.
this way, everyone. Let's try to stay together. Don't dawdle. You can get a
Don't touch anything on the tables. Because it's like a port city, so there's going to be like vendors and booths set up and
oh
a bunch
yeah,
of
yeah,
shit
very
in the
much.
street.
Very that, yes. Very much, yeah. As you say that, there are I mean, it's late afternoon, early evening, so there's still a few carts open as you walk towards the with a stat like in front, and there are people like, fresh fruit, I got pretty silk for you, lady, fresh fruit, I have mighty swords for you, gentlemen, come buy my wares, you know, like yelling and shouting and, you know, trying to get the last bits of sale before they have to pack up for the day. Is anybody interested in buying stuff while we're here? Don't.
Nope.
No. Okay. But yeah,
Well, at least me, I'm not.
it takes a few moments before a stat guides you, and it out front. Oh, what is Creek? What are you doing?
What do you have to say, Greek?
Creek's all like, I want to buy all the fresh fruit. I need a bow. Would stop and get a snack.
I knew she was gonna get a snack.
Yeah. You get like a veggie kebab with like a thing that's like wrapped in pita and like, you know, like this yogurt sauce and spices on it, and also like probably like a cone of like pineapple of
Huh?
just like you say that and within a minute like
Her arms are full of
yeah
food.
yeah like you say nobody touch anything, and Creek has already made their way over to one of the carts and is just like comes back and is like, I have food, I'm hungry, it's past lunchtime, I didn't have lunch. um but yeah, you make your way to the Titan's ring, and the front of it is quite. It looks sort of run down. It also looks like there's this sign with two wooden fists hitting each other. Um, like they're kind of like it looks sort of like two fists punching each other, but also like somebody's two fists are like coming together and hitting themselves. Like, you know, like about to fight, like pop, pop, like yeah. But yeah, you as soon as you approach, you hear like jeers and like, you know, like get him, knock him down. You also hear no, not like that. Not like that at all. Um,
Not fist
it's
bumping.
not a fist bump. um, you hear jeers and just like hit him. I got money on you. You better take him down. And Estet is just like, I forgot how much I like this place. Um, darling, I will say this: I never fought here.
It would be fine if you did. Your business is your business.
Then I definitely fought here and won some money. And just guides you all in with that, and
Whatever they say, it's not true.
yeah, it's like whatever they say, it's not true. I did not cheat. I just used my power and grit to beat some people up. Um, and yeah, you all get in and give me a all of you give because you're all looking for Gel at this point. Now that you're inside, give me a perception check.
Oh, you said perception. I don't know why.
Perception,
It's
yeah,
on
not insight. Not
I
insight.
don't know why I clicked it. All right.
We got a 22. We got an 18, a 19. Estet has never met Gale. That makes sense. But it is Estet who once Relier, then you, Daylily, and then Creek says, "Oh, there's the damn rabbit." It guides you over, kind of like elbows some people who try to get in the way, and there's a few people that like eye her up and down. And she just like, like kind of bucks up to them like, "What are you gonna fucking do?" This is very much Estet's element.
Oh yeah.
This is whenever you left Daylily, off to your adventures and, you know, research gathering and things like that. This is she definitely on a way to survive was one, working with the clasp, and two, making money beating the shit out of men at a bar. So, you know, and a few women. Whoever would step in the ring, she would just, you know. But yeah, you approach. Gel is sitting there with like, weirdly, there's like beer steins and everything surrounding him. He's sitting there with like a cup of tea. Just like a hot cup of tea, like, oh, hey Ice. Uh sorry I didn't meet you there. I just I just needed time to think, you know?
I imagine you've been through a lot since you've been at the Wrens and then however the hell you ended up on Wild Mount.
Well, I was able to talk to some people about kind of smuggling me out of Marquette. They did it magically, obviously. Um, and I was able to get to here. So, um, look, I'm ready to go home. I wasn't before because I find this place quite interesting, but I'm ready to get back to the Feywild. I'm very much not suited for this place. So,
I can take you home.
good. Okay.
You are much easier to take home than
Well,
anyone else.
it's kind
I
of complicated because it's the same Feywild, but not the same Feywild. It's a very complicated thing. Um, not Faerun.
He's from the Feywild.
Yeah, he's from the Feywild. You know that, okay, Creek, you know that you met him in, like, you saw him in the forest of Faerun, but he very much is, like, he's the one that guided you into the portal into the Feywild. So you know that he has some space in Faerun, but he's very much a Fey creature. So he's more at home in the Feywild. But yeah, he's just like, I don't know where you are all at, but I would love to stay with you if that's possible.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
I can sleep anywhere. Horse barn, wherever.
You'll have a room, Gail.
Okay.
I know what it's like to be a Fey creature in this world.
It's very
But I need you to tell me what happened to Smoke and what happened when you were with the Red.
okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can.
All right.
I can do that. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Let's get you home. To our home for now, at least, until we get you back to the Feywild.
Okay, lead the way. Oh, let me pay for my drink, and he like grabs out a few like silver. Thank you. All right, lead the way, and he kind of grabs his walking stick, his like quarterstaff that you've seen him carry quite a bunch, and yeah, he doesn't like I mean, whoever would want to can give me an insight check. Mm. Okay.
I don't know jack shit. I barely know him, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense that Creek gets the high one.
I will say Creek. I mean, he just seems very dodgy because he's Fey, and he's just like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, let's just get the fuck out of here. But Creek, you you can sense like he's kind of in a period of mourning. Though him and Smoke, like you can tell that like he's kind of mourning, but like in a torn way. Like, yeah, him and Smoke fought, and like Smoke was not exactly the best individual to be hanging around with like a druid bunny for fuck's sake. But yeah, but it was still his friend. Like it was still like the first being outside of your group that was from his world, from a world that he knew. So he was more inclined and is very he's like in a period of mourning. He's just like, okay, all right, let's go. And Estet's just like, um, darling, do you want to stop by and see your parents before we head out?
I don't want to see them, but I would like to at least look at the house. And
Okay.
I can't afford to see them right now.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately for him, Creek is still isn't very close with him, so she would not console him in a close emotional way. Just sorry, no hugs. Yeah, just like a pat on the shoulder, like that's okay, buddy. Um, but yeah, Estet, Estet kind of again leads you all out. Elbowing people out of the way, pushing them out if they're getting too fucking rowdy on them. And leads now. Relier, Creek, I know for sure has not been here. Neither has Gel. But Relier, outside of Taldore and what you've been with the group, were you like broadly traveled before you met up with this group? Like, did you travel to other continents uh in um Exandria, basically?
I would say yes.
Would you have been to? I mean, would you have been to Port Damali? Or would you have stayed within like the Dwindalian Empire, like to the north, or if you've been to Wildmount?
The second option.
So you've been to the Empire. So yeah, you've as the step kind of weaves through, you kind of see these are not the homes. These are not like the homesteads and homes of Iman of Taldori that you've seen that you grew up around. They're definitely not of Empire make either. These are very much, some of them are quite lavish, some of them are quite small, and but it's a seaside, so like they're very colorful and tiled. The roofs are tiled, and it's like imagine just like sort of like Mediterranean meets like any sort of like port city. It's just a mismatch of different cultures and things like that. Whenever you finally come to a stop, could you describe what your childhood home looks like, Daylily?
Yeah. Um, so surprisingly, for the way that Daylily carries herself and the way that she um, seems to come off as if she's come from a more sophisticated or upper class background. Her home is is really small. It's a it's a one-story uh excuse me. It's made of sandstone. Um and it is painted on the bricks are painted in like wildflower field sort of scene. Um and it's very colorful, and there's plants hanging everywhere, and you can see sort of on what would be like a porch area, there are stacks of books on a table. It's very cluttered, very lived in looking. um there's a garden off to the side, um very well kept. All of the plants are extremely vibrant and well kept, and you can hear music coming through the open windows, and um, there's smoke coming out of the chimney, and it's it's not what you would expect the vibrancy of it for daylily, but it's not what you would have imagined her. It's not as lavish as you would have imagined her home to be.
And your parents now, are your parents both, they're both fae, obviously, but like are
Mhm.
they different? Or are they both fairy, like pixie types?
They're
Fairy
both
types.
fairies.
Okay. Um okay. And
One's a rogue and one's a barbarian.
ha ha ha. I will say this. Oh, also, were you all living with your parents? Were you and Estet living with your parents before you went adventuring?
No, the Daylily and Estet would have lived in like a small like studio or like one bedroom sort of like apartment above like a store or a bar.
Okay. So like your house is probably all packed up, and like Estet probably closed the house and put whatever was yours at your parents' house.
Right.
Yeah. Estet kind of just like rubs a hand down your back. Are you sure?
I have too much going on right now to worry about them.
Okay. She kind of kisses you on your head. Um, all right, you lot. Let's get back to the library, I guess, and guides you all. Do you stay back for a little time, or do you?
Yeah, Daylily will definitely like straggle behind a little bit, just like staring into the windows to see if she can see any movement, and like
Hmm,
just
give me a
like
perception.
just watching them basically for a minute before leaving again.
You see shadows of like one individual, but you don't know who it is. You can't tell who it is. But like
Hmm.
you hear some of your like childhood favorite songs playing. They're kind of, you hear like the sound of like some of the wind chimes as there's like a small breeze that kind of floats through the city. And yeah, you I will say this, you think to yourself, probably, I don't know when I'll get back. If I get back.
Hmm.
And yeah, you're all guided back to the library. It's about late afternoon. The library's still open. You haven't been here that long. Uh, but as you approach the desk, the same individual who met you at the door is just like, "Oh, okay, all right. Did you contact? Do you need me to contact Iman? Did you come from
Yes,
Iman? Okay.
if you could send them a message.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. And you see them kind of say it takes a few minutes. They kind of ground themselves, and then they like look straight forward. Their eyes kind of glaze over. They say, "Your group is coming back. Have the door open." All right, let's go. And they guide you back to the Iman door. And you step through. The door closes after everyone's in. And it is, you hear the click as it's locked on their side. And you are free to get to Iman.
Yay!
Yeah, you all make it to Iman. It's, like mid-afternoon now. Um, yeah, it's not a big deal. You're only gone for like maybe an hour at the most, maybe an hour and a half. And yeah, you all have a sense of like, I wouldn't say dread, but like that like hurried anticipation of like, we have shit to do and I don't know if I have enough time to do everything kind of anticipation, even though it's like weeks in advance. It's like those deadlines like you have to meet every time. You're like, okay, all right, cool, all right, okay, all right, fine, all right, we've got this. And we're going to skip 2 days ahead. It is what have y'all been doing in the since Gel you've gotten Gel from Port Zamali and on the third day of Duskar?
Daylily would have been prepping for uh, the sigils for Creek, and then
Probably doing some research at the library as she was on
yeah,
shift or something.
yeah.
What about you, Relier? Relier. Sorry.
Like, sleep, read,
You're
or
going to be
train.
reading?
Not much.
Okay.
Eat, sleep, sometimes train. That.
Okay, so you're going to be doing some training.
The occasional eating and sleeping and
Yeah.
reading.
Creek ends up spending most of her time in the garden, taking Sasander for walks and stuff. What is everybody's intentions with their task? Oh, with thoughts, I'm gonna miss this place. What about what's Relier's, I guess, motivations to like train? Is it because he just needs something to get, whatever off his mind, or is he preparing for a battle? Like what's his thoughts of like as he trains?
Well, he knows that Vecna's planning something big that involves. We know Vecna wants him, and we know he's gonna do whatever. He's gonna fight whatever it takes to get me. I just have to be ready for it, wherever he's planning.
Yeah. As you get to the third day of Duskar, you spend most of the day the same as you did the day prior, just training and doing whatever task. It's in the like mid-afternoon that Estet comes back. And she kind of just like slumps at the dining table. I Where is everyone? I guess. Estet's at the dining table, so you don't have to worry about that.
Daily's probably like in the library area of the keep.
Okay.
Like on the floor, like buried and surrounded by like books and pieces of paper. Some are crumpled up and like an inkwell near her. Like you can tell that she's been working and stressing over getting each of the sigils right.
Okay. Um what about Creek and Relier? Are y'all both at the keep?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. You're probably what, training outside, and if
Mm-hmm.
Creek is
Yeah.
doing garden time, then you probably both see a stat kind of come in off the property, and she probably says to you too, hey, I got something that might be of some use. Where's Daylily?
He should be. Where again?
She's in the library of the keep.
Oh, she should be where she normally is. In a library with her books.
Oh, okay. Uh, meet me. You two meet me. Meet us in the dining room. I've got some weird news. I think that might be useful. I finally heard back from some of my contacts, and
Okay.
yeah, she'll come inside. Probably go up the stairs, get to the library, pick you up, sling you over her shoulder. Be like, all right, that's enough books for you, and takes you to the dining room. Have you all ate? Probably not. Let's be real.
Probably not.
You
No.
three do not take care of yourselves worth a damn. And she'll go and get like some plates of food, like plates of like fruit and crackers and cheese and stuff, and just toss them on the thing. And so, Daylily, darling, you asked me last week to talk to some people. Well, I finally was able to get something off of. According to some people that I barely know, there's rumblings of some old group that hasn't been seen in Emon in decades. According to them, they're looking for metals associated with anything other than here in Exandria. Metals to other planes, other worlds. I don't know why. You three are way smarter than I am. But
Metals?
metals, yeah, like just metal, like, whatever. Uh that that guy I told you about.
The jeweler.
Yeah, the jeweler. I got a name. Well, part of a name. Puck?
Yes.
Puck? Yeah.
Yes.
He has he's I mean, as a jeweler, he gets, sources for jewels and metals all over the world. Um, he's been asking questions of different organizations, including the League of Miracles, weirdly enough. Why a jeweler needs to talk to the League of Miracles I have no idea. The interesting part is he has an escort. Some wicked looking tiefling. Not that tieflings are automatically wicked, but, I mean, eye patch. Cloak and dagger looking type. Carrying around a big fuck you crossbow. Like, it's... I don't know if you need to pursue this guy anymore. I think just the amount of information that I just gave is enough for the council to do this. Especially if there's other organizations involved, including the Clasp. So, do with that what you will. Tell that to who you will. Don't tell them where you got it from. Okay?
Not a word.
Just, you three be safe. Okay?
Go and rest.
Of course.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. The bunny, where is he at?
I left him in the library when you...
Oh. I didn't even see him. Jeez. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go lay down. Alright. She'll get up, walk over to Daylily, give her a kiss on the forehead, walk out, and, yeah. You now have, part of a name, part of a description of a person that's escorting that name, and sort of what they're doing.
Adams. He's a gold dragon.
So it's up to y'all what you do with that information. What do y'all do? What are the thoughts going through y'all's head as you get this information?
You can see Daylily like staring down at the table, and like her eyes are just flickering back and forth as her thoughts are racing, and she's mumbling to herself.
Probably
like,
trying to piece some things together, yeah?
Yeah, trying to like connect dots or like piece something together in some way.
What about Relier? What is Relier thinking as they get this information? And Creek. What are Relier and Creek? Basically, are you like impartial? Do you just take it in stride? Are you kind of nervous? What's the feel of the room? What's the feel of the room as you get this? Let's see. Hold on. Creek is pretty indifferent, confident that they could overcome whatever and whoever, no matter the size of their big fuck you crossbow. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, partial on whether we should act on this or not.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, okay, this is great information, I guess. Let's see. Why did I do that? I'm like, why did I do that? Who has proficiency in Arcana?
Not
Me.
me.
Not you. Daylily for sure. Does Krieg have proficiency in Arcana? Nope. Okay. Give me an Arcana check. Daylily. Oh. You know that a lot of spell components, there are different spells that require like different types of metals. uh I mean, it all depends on like what you're trying to do. There's, it just depends. But like the one thing that sticks out for sure is like that they're trying to find different planes. um it sort of sounds like trying to do similar things to what you're doing or trying to achieve, but you're kind of like, this is, I mean, it's kind of a hack job what they're doing, if that makes sense. It's like on the lines.
See,
like, yeah.
my brain went completely above table. My brain went in a completely different direction
Oh, yeah.
than they were trying to do what we were doing. My brain, because Dragonborns, they crave the precious metal that
yeah.
they are
I mean,
that they are, and jewels. So like my brain, they're trying to gather a bunch of gold and tempt Relier against his nature to join them.
that's a possibility too. That races through your brain as well. You're thinking like spell components, like, also the Dragonborn thing. There is the thing that you mentioned. There's planar shift. There's also like spells of like of different kinds that deal with transforming the body because of metal, and like, you're trying to piece things together. It doesn't make a lot of sense because you don't know exactly.
I just have like 10,000 different tangents.
Yeah, you're kind of you're kind of like the person on with the whiteboard and like all the string and everything like that. You're kind of like, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. Like, hey, if that's the case, I got 35,000 gold right here, countertempt. Exactly.
I have 83,000.
I see.
Come on.
I see all this part of the play. Exactly. You're kind of like your mind is spinning, and like you finally just slump in the chair. You're like, I got nothing. I got nothing.
I have everything and nothing.
I have everything and nothing. That's it. Do you pass this information along? How do you pass this information along? Do you keep it to yourself? What's the plan with the information after you've kind of parsed through as much as you can?
I will try to get in touch with Alora or in the council.
Mm-hmm.
And tell them.
How? Do you just send a letter?
Like meet in person.
Oh, meet in person? You definitely cannot. I think Alora says, you probably get like a handwritten message that says, I cannot meet. I apologize. If it's anything important, please write it down and send it with your best courier, someone you trust. And yeah.
Why can't she meet me?
You don't know.
Bailey's too skeptical for all this.
We have one of those. We have an errand boy. It's true, you do have errand boy.
We do have errand boy. I know. We have errand boy. It's not that I don't trust errand boy. It's Daylily doesn't trust, like, because Alora has never, like, snubbed her for, like, needing to tell information. And, like, Daylily is very, like, untrustworthy when it comes to sharing information. Like, she has a fucking journal that implodes if anyone else touches it. Like,
Very much a scholar type
yeah,
of
she's like,
situation.
no.
Yeah. I will say that you feel this sort of way. But I will say this. It's Alora is not at your beck and call. You realize this. You know this. You know that she's important. She's not just in the Taldori Council. She's part of the Arcana Pontifical. She's quite an important person who has a lot of things. She is not a member of your party. She's a level 20 plus wizard who could give fuck off.
But I'm also her champion.
I mean, you can tell it in a letter. You can also send it via message. You can also do all sorts of stuff. It just depends on how you feel. But what are we thinking for the rest of the week?
Can I say something above table that I've really been thinking about lately, and you're going to be so pissed that I've been thinking about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know that place under the waterfall beneath the Emon port? The magical place?
The alleged magical place?
Yeah.
That what's-his-face theorized about? Yeah?
Yeah. I've really been wanting to do it lately.
Oh, fuck in hell.
I've been thinking about it forever.
This is above table, right? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. What are Creek and Relier and Daylily wanting to do with the rest of the week? Do you send that information in a letter or via message spell? You mean the Wizard 101 Death School hidden under the waterfall at the Rainbow Bridge? What?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's what that's called.
No, she's referencing Wizard 101, which is a game.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. I was just like, I don't think it's supposed to be like an old society. That's what you're getting at. Okay. That what's his face? Who's in jail allegedly? Jobin.
I don't know why I remember his name off the
Necromancy
top of my
school.
head,
It's not a necromancy school. Get out of here.
She's talking about
Wizard 101. I have no idea.
Wizard 101.
I've never played Wizard 101. I have no
idea.
idea.
I loved it as a child. God, I was on there all the time.
I will take your word for it. But yeah, what are so nobody's following up with the information, correct?
Daylily,
I just want to mark that off my list.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Daily's gonna send courier to, from a distance,
okay,
observe Puck.
Gonna send Errand Boy?
Yes. Because he's the least conspicuous. Like, he just looks like a person.
Yeah.
So she'll send Errand Boy.
That's true. We also have
with
Prison
Rat Boy. With Prison Rat. Prison Rat and Courier are going to observe. And if they get to somewhere where Courier can't go without giving up his dynamic duo.
Errand Boy and Prison Rat. It's like a
yeah, it's so funny. But yes, those two will go observe, and Daylily will write out the information and deliver it to Laura.
Ooh, okay. Now you didn't get a precise location, correct?
Neither did the courier.
Like, just go
Oh.
looking for a guy. You don't know what this guy looks
He's
like.
in Abdar's Promenade.
Yeah.
He's a jeweler.
Yeah.
His name is Puck.
Mm-hmm.
Daily's gonna give the courier some money to, like,
Grease some palms.
act like he's buying some jewelry and be like, oh yeah, like, I'm looking for Puck. Somebody said he was, like, a really great jeweler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to buy my girlfriend I'm gonna get an engagement ring.
What does Aaron Boy look like again? He looks...
Bro, I don't know.
Scrub-like, correct?
Not anymore. We cleaned him up.
I mean, he still looks like a scrub. He doesn't look like he has a lot of money to buy jewelry.
Maybe he saved up, bro. He's working hard.
Okay. 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 All right. I'm gonna make a note of that. I will make a note of that.
I don't like that you're laughing when you say that.
Errand Boy and Prison Rat go jewelry / spying. Cool. Yeah. Okay. By the way, I don't know if you heard, I was singing Wonder Boy, but it's Errand Boy.
Mm-hmm.
What is the secret of your power? I apologize for nothing. Okay, so outside of that, do you tell anybody else this information? Do you send this information to Alora? Do you send this information, or do you just sit on it?
I will hand deliver a letter.
Okay. So you will go
to
yourself.
either Alora or her wife.
Okay.
I don't trust anybody else.
I will say, because you have never been to her home, you only know that she's at the castle, in the Cloudtop district. Yeah, I will say. What?
Oh, un momento. I have that really cool spell, illusionary script.
Okay.
Only Alora can, like, read it.
Okay.
But in to everybody else, it just looks like gibberish updates about, like, what they're doing throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
But to Alora, she can see the information.
What are the components of that spell?
A lead-based ink worth at least 10 gold points, which the spell consumes.
Okay.
And I went shopping ages ago to get all my spell components.
Okay, yeah, no, you got it. Yeah, you're able to write the letter. Does anybody go with Daylily to hand deliver this message? Does Creek, does Relier? Are you two just like, we vibing, homie? We training and laying in grass, walking my pet Cayman?
He's not a pet. He's a companion.
Companion. My dude. My little dude. Creek will go? Okay. What about Relier? Or is Relier kind of like... Relier will go too? Okay. Strength in numbers. Yeah, you get to the palace. Probably, like, you'll probably do this the next day. And yeah, Alora's not able to see you still. But one of the guards is there, kind of like stationed at the door. Not her door, but like the main doors of the castle. And just says, well, we'll get this to her. All right. Did you need anything else?
Is it one that I recognize?
I mean, you wouldn't recognize all of the guards. They're on, like, a rotational basis. So, like, they always change. There's, like,
Is there a guard there that I do recognize?
Roll me a d20. Just roll me just a plain old D20.
Oop, that's a D12. Nope.
Just
Nope.
one. Just one. No.
Okay.
I'm not making it
Bucket.
easy on you.
I'll eat it. Okay. Please, deliver it to her as soon as you're able to.
I mean, okay. You all have a good day. Oh, okay. Yeah. And he kind of just hands it off to somebody else who like runs it. Was there anything else?
Nope, that was it. Thank you.
Oh, okay. You can go.
Yeah, duh.
And yeah, you all have like a couple days to do a few things before we wrap this up. What is the plan? What does everybody want to do? Like, what are you looking for leads? Are you just training? Are you getting components together? What do y'all want to do?
I've actually been thinking about it since you mentioned metals from other realms.
Mm-hmm.
Silsifir, he didn't sell all of his, like, he didn't sell his his metal-based stuff.
Like
Did
his
he?
original weapons?
Yeah, like from
Uh,
Faerun.
let's see, shall we? I don't know.
Because I wouldn't have written down what he sold. I would have just written that they went shopping.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that spells. Inventory. I mean, yeah, it looks like he has he sold most of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't know where he sold it at or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you just know that he sold it. He like traded it up.
Yeah.
Called it a day. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll make a note of that. I'm just gonna
Stop it!
write this down. Sly sold all old Faerun gear. Cool.
Why am I giving you ideas? Why are you writing down the things that I'm saying?
Why not? What is Creek? What? I have a question for Creek. For you. Creek is a genasi. Yes. Creek is a genasi. You said what? Not what is Creek? What is Creek doing? what is? I should ask. What is Creek? What are the thoughts going as we're creeping ever so slowly, kind of sludging towards perdition, as I like to say? Why is Creek? She's still a genasi. Thank you, Kai. As we're getting closer and closer to Winter's Crest, what are the feelings and thoughts going through Creek's mind? Is she trying to mentally prepare herself to be back in the world that her family is not? Is she trying to get like any last minute her last, not her like last will and testament, but like her like affairs in order? You don't know. You don't know where they're at. You have an idea of where they might be in the world, but you have no idea, like, where they're at in Taldore, where they're at in... I mean, they could have been in Wildmount. They could be following you right now, for all you know. They could be disguised as people in your home.
Daylili's paranoid thoughts intensify.
Paranoid thoughts. Perception check. Perception check on who? Are you trying to
Everyone.
insight check me?
Everyone.
You trying to insight check everyone? Yeah, you honestly, you don't know. One, because... You know what, actually? I don't know if I've asked you this before. Give me a religion check based on your understanding of religion of Terrell. 10. You know of your god, Artemis, and her connections to the other gods. You have heard whispers of a lich, of liches of the world. You've never heard of Vecna, where you're from, as a god. So you, like, and you've never heard of Vecna, period. Now, you've heard of liches. I mean, am I wrong in remembering that a lich took out your village? Was it a lich? Yes. So you're well aware of the capabilities of liches in the world. You've heard in this world, through, you know, what you've gleaned from what Daylily has looked up and read about the Whispered One, and what you gathered from what you heard from his follower that keeps stalking you, that he was once a man of some kind who rose to incredible heights. But, I mean, the only other god that you've heard of doing that in your world was Mistra, was the goddess of magic, of the weave. The current iteration of Mistra was one that is part human, was human at one point, but rose after the spell plague. But I guess you're more concerned. I would say, are you more concerned about trying to face this lich going home, or trying to face these people who are trying to recruit your friend and technically trying to help you get home, according to what they're telling you? What are the thoughts? Like, how is Creek parsing this as she's learning slowly how to, you know, prepare and do this ritual over the next several weeks? Damn it. Creek definitely cares more about taking vengeance on her own demons, the Lich, that destroyed her family. But that is not to say that she doesn't care about the antagonists here trying to take her friend. Hmm. I guess. Hmm. What is as Creek kind of gives us an insight. Relier, uh, uh what are you? How is Relier parsing this information? The one who destroyed her home is like 100% of like 90% of the 100% of her concern, while this mysterious Vecna fan group is like 75%. Okay. What is I mean, you've mentioned Relier that you want nothing to do with the Whispered One and his cult.
Mm-hmm.
How do you plan on trying to, I guess, stopping them from taking you, or stopping or trying to resist them? Are you wanting to go into hiding? Are you wanting to fight back? Are you I mean, what is the thought process of this whole leading up? What are you thinking about the future after Creek leaves? After Gel goes back? Or are you just concerned with the right now?
So right now,
Interesting. On that, we are at day 7 of the week.
Can we pause so I can go get some water?
Oh, yeah, before you roll a bunch of dice.
Yeah.
I will say this.
I didn't want to miss lore.
uh Creek, I need you to I wonder what this would be. Let me look at your sheet. As
All right,
you're
I'm gonna get some
parsing
water.
this
I'll be back.
information, as you're trying to like weigh this through, I will say give me a performance. Not performance. A persuasion. At this moment, I think you let's move this over for all the wonderful people to see. At this moment, I think you're kind of in this like limbo type of situation. You want to be a good friend, right? You want to be there for your friend. You want to make sure that he is not lured or taken or anything like that. But you're also, I mean, let's be real, you are hellbent. You are hell's bent, let me rephrase that. And your whole family, your whole village was decimated by something that you can't get at right now. And you're kind of wanting to let that win. You want kind of vengeance to kind of overpower you. Just ever so slightly. Kind of in that idea of like the 90 versus the 75. Relier. Relier. Um uh you Can you give me... Let's see. Let's look at your sheet as we do this. Relier, give me a... Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Give me an insight check on yourself, as it were. Kind of look inside. See if you can... Insight 8. Okay. I think you understand yourself as much as you can, right? You understand that you want nothing to do with this, but you also understand that, you're not powerful enough to stop everything. Does Relier like to ask for help?
Yes.
Is he willing to ask for help in this situation?
Yes. Because, we can't do this on our own.
Okay. Bunny, are you back? Bunny! I don't think Bunny's back. Bunny! As you both think through your own kind of, like, inner turmoil whenever it comes to the events and everything like that, Creek, are you doing anything magically to prepare yourself for this ritual? Besides, I think you're meditating, correct?
I'm back. What did I miss?
Inner turmoil. Yeah, that's mostly it. Okay.
No.
What is Relier doing in preparation for this ritual that's coming up in a few weeks? Are you just honing your skills? In these next few days, like, what is, and like the weeks leading up to that, what are you just wanting to get frustration out? What is the plan?
Go. Oh, my skills and get frustration out.
Mm-hmm. On that, Bunny, aka Daylily, aka the Wizard, I need your Arcana check as we close up this week.
I took my heads off for a second. I had to grab my blanket.
Oh
What'd you
no!
say?
Not the blanket. Arcana.
Okay. Whoa, I almost rolled for a stat.
Don't do
That would
that.
have been bad. She's like a -1 or something.
Okay.
My rolls are ass today. They were so good when we started.
Yep. Okay. You are able to get... You're able to get the... You are gathering information, like, you've gathered information over the last year or so from Daylily, from Silsaphir, about Toril. And you are trying to make the best sigil for Toril. I will say, with that, roll that it might take a little bit longer because it is a world. Yeah, I know.
I'm using inspiration.
You're using inspiration. You want to use... I mean, that's what it's there for. Yeah, use your inspiration to re-roll.
I'm down to 1 point of inspiration after this.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Way better.
As you... Okay. All right. Now that you've... Okay. All right.
Why didn't I just chronology shift? Why did
I don't know.
use
Why
my
didn't you?
inspiration?
Why didn't you?
No!
You could have.
I forgot it was a thing.
I know. You forgot that you were able to stack inspiration. Haha. That's my game rules. For those who are new to the group, because we got a 30-person raid from Lubifin. Whoop, whoop. I will say, okay, on that note, now that you've fixed, I will say.
I've rectified my mistake.
Creek! Kai, get out of here. Alright, now that you've fixed your mistake, I can actually say what I wanted to say that I put in here.
Yay.
Okay. So last time you got the sigil to set up the overall ritual.
Yeah.
This time, as you're reading and gathering, kind of like, you've heard the story a couple of times from Creek, from Sly, but now that you have Gel here, you understand that it wasn't a simple trip from Toril to Exandria. They went through the Feywild to get to Exandria. It was just kind of, instead of this door to go back, they, another door was opened and they got screwed with. And you had heard it before, but now that you're like actually concentrating on this story and trying to build this ritual to fully understand, you realize that it's not simply Exandria to Toril. It is, you have to reverse the steps perfectly. Yeah. And you realize that you have to go back. That you have to go to the Feywild and not a part of the Feywild that you are from. That isn't normal. That isn't the same as the Feywild that you're used to that's connected to this. There's like a tiny sliver where they kind of like meld, and like the Feywild, this Feywild overlaps with that Feywild. But you realize that you have to kind of, figure out where that layer is, where that place is in particular.
Sounds like.
And I will say, that due to your Fey ancestry and knowing kind of the etiquette of the Feywild, because you've been back and forth, you have family and everything like that. You've dealt with probably the outer parts of whatever court that your family might be associated with, which I'm assuming is the Sealy court. You know that you have to petition. There is a petition to whatever guardian of that portal that they went through to get to this part, to get through the Feywild. You have to petition. You know the etiquette of the Feywild. Though you've been in this part of the world most of your life, this plane of the world most of your life, you know the etiquette of the Fey pretty well. And with that, I will say that I believe... Oh, nope, that is the wrong thing. I didn't want to open. Stop it, CurseForge. Why did I open that? I was trying to open the folder. And it... I will say on that note, you get... Let me see. Where is my D&D Exandria campaign? Do I do. No. I have... No. Okay. Sigil. This is it. Sorry.
Give me that sigil.
Yes. Calm down. It will be in lore chat. This is the sigil to the Feywild.
Woo.
So you have the next piece of the puzzle. You have a couple of more sigils that you have to get down. Like I said, the first one was just for the actual spell itself. This is from now you could this is the planar shift from Exandria to the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the next piece of the puzzle. And with that being said, everyone say goodbye. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. Let's go. You know what? Let's go give some love to people, shall we? Who shall we raid? D&D wise. Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't prep. I also never... And dragons. That's not what I wanted, and you know that. Stupid fucking Twitch.
You're always struggling, girl.
I'm always struggling. Did I spell Dungeons and Dragons wrong?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe the game just hates me. Maybe Twitch just hates me. Nope. Anyways. Let's see. TTRPG. There we go. We'll just do it by tag. Let's go find somebody to raid. There we go. We will go find Chaos Weekly. It looks like they're in the middle of their... Oh, in episode 1. Perfect. We can get in on episode 1. All right. We're going to go over to Chaos Weekly. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons right now. I love you guys very much. I will see you tomorrow with Chicanery. And in a couple of days, we will just have another thing. I'm done with you, Kai. Get out of here. Anyways, I love you guys very much. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Let's go give some love and hype. All right. Goodbye.